Welcome, everyone, to day 11 of 21 days setting the stage for change. I can't believe 11 days have already gone by. Social chats just to bring some sort of awareness to a bigger picture, to see, notice, recognize, observe. That's what I've noticed my whole journey has been about. Recognizing, seeing, noticing, observing, watching. All qualities of awareness. For the majority of my life, the way I've been brought up, like everyone else, the majority, the masses, the collective, all been thinking in the same pattern each day, every day, decades. And then there's a small percentage of people that just get off that path and just start thinking and feeling for themselves. And I just keep seeing more and more quotes by other teachers that circumstances and events do not need to be in place for you to think and feel. And we all have this habitual belief that when I get this thing, I can feel. When I get that validation, I then can feel this. When I stop doing this thing, or when I eventually get that, I can stop feeling this. Each and every single time I hear it over and over and over again, and that's a pattern. It's a pattern we all believe. It's a pattern. It's a habitual pattern. Lately, I've been doing a lot of driving. So I've got this audiobook that someone recommended to me by, it's about Elon Musk. And the amazing thing is that when he was a little boy, all he could do, you'd find him with a book in his hand, a book. Every single time, where would he be? In a library. Any book he can get his hands on, he would just gobble it up. And I recognize that happened in my late 30s, where all I could do was just read. I think I even developed at some points the ability to speed read. I could read 2 or 3 books a day. And this passion just came out of nowhere. It's just the desire, strong desire, after you've suffered a lot, in my case, the strong desire to just see more, realize more. Because with what I knew, it was a limited package of just clusters of groups of thoughts and beliefs, that's all I would interact with. And they would just mix up and go over and over and over again. And wherever I went, it was just the same familiarity, familiar thoughts, familiar feelings, familiar thoughts, familiar feelings. And anywhere I went, it was just the same. So I helped myself to expand and just read. And yes, not all the answers are in books, but every single book inspired me to ask another question, like, hang on a minute, what if this, what if that? And it literally sums up that everything you want is because you believe in having it. You can feel a different way. You can feel a desired way. You can feel it. In fact, my first 2 questions to anyone I speak with is, what is the emotion that's been troubling you the most? And what is the emotion you've been desiring your whole life to feel? And that is the boundaries that your life swings through. You've identified where you are, you don't like it. You've identified where you'd like to be, and you just can't get there, and you're trying. And the incredible thing that dawns on you at some point is that you don't need anyone's permission to feel any different way. You can just use the tools that you have at your disposal, because you have this ability to think anything you want. Just decide. Sit down, and allow yourself to freely navigate the ethers of your awareness. Like, go anywhere in your mind. You don't care if anything is true. You're only allowed to think about things that are true. No one knows the truth about everything. We only know the truth about what is available. You don't have to think about things because they're true or false. You just have to think about things to see how they make you feel. Everything you want is for the feeling of it. Marie read this book by Pam Grout, Think and Grow Rich. It's similar to the title of Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. She's hooked. Like every single day she'll wake up and do her lessons of what can I focus on today that I can appreciate. Why is she doing that? Because she loves the feeling of appreciation. Because that feeling of appreciation, you don't need the actual item, object, circumstance, everyone in line, ducks in a row to feel that way. You can just feel it on a dime, feel it. And then when you're feeling that, the power of that emotion, the emotions are frequencies, energy, powerful energy. Just feel it for the sake of feeling it. Why are you happy? Oh, because this happened. Oh, okay. Why are you happy? Why you got a smile on your face? Oh, because so-and-so validated me, said I did a good job. Yay! But if those things didn't happen, how are you? Okay. Nothing happened, therefore I'm just in neutral position, waiting for something to happen. This is the biggest myth of all. Everyone following the mass, striving for the next moment, striving for the next big thing to happen to them, striving to feel, let me buy this one thing so I can feel something new. Do it the other way around. Feel good and then take action, and then have a conversation, and then read a book, and then eat, and then drink, and then feel good first, and then action. If the action, you're doing the action in order to feel, you struggle. There's struggle there. Yesterday I felt a struggle. I actually realized, and at some point, that it was border excitement and fear at the same time. And what I realized, that my body wasn't up to speed with the vibration that my intention was. It's like my body had never felt that frequency. And I just realized in that particular moment, it was ironic that we're just speaking about aha moments, and here I am having one. And it just occurred to me, I must have said these words 1,000 million times. I must have seen them written down. But I literally experienced it, that fear was simply an indication in that moment that my body's not up to speed to that vibrational frequency. It never felt it before. So it started to feel fear. It's like you have an overload of programs on a small processor. So the computer battles, shuts down and then restarts and shuts down and restarts. It's because the body didn't have the experience of that frequency, because that wasn't my habitual line. It was a new experience. Body had never experienced it before. So it was struggling. And I just saw that. It was just like, what is fear is just simply an indication that you're not familiar with this feeling. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's just an unfamiliar vibration that you're not used to feeling on a regular basis. So then I said, okay, let's practice. So now I had a point of reference that I could practice on to allow my body to feel a different frequency. So I came home, I sat down for 15 minutes and just navigated within my awareness, using my mind, the thoughts, and allowing the body to feel that excitement again. And there was no fear anymore. It was pure excitement. You could feel the excitement. I just happened to bump up against an experience that I felt there was a bit of resistance, and I labeled it differently. Fear is simply an indication that I'm not up to speed with that familiarity. I need to just get the body to familiarize it with it. I literally felt the body was battling with it. I'm like, that's fine. Okay, good. I've just identified where I've never explored before. I've never gone down there in my imagination. So I'll go. And I had fun. Now my body now is familiar with that particular energy. And the more you do it, the more you have this expectation that you're going to have a different experience. But nothing needed to change. It was just my dedication to focus attention there. Focus, using thoughts, imagination, taking the time to prioritize what is important for you right now. And what was important for me is to feel this feeling. Yes, this is not an habitual, this is not a common belief yet. The majority still want to knock things into place, put people into the little pigeonholes, make them think something that you want them to think, so then when you hang out with them, their thought and belief system is in alignment with yours and you feel validated. That's why we keep fighting with family and friends, because they don't think the way we want them to think. And if they say something different, then it's just bumps up your belief system and it puts it in jeopardy. What do you mean you don't believe in that? What do you mean? No. Resistance, struggle, war, conflict, battle, fighting, all because one belief system bumped up against another. Elon Musk's story is really good. I recommend it. It's a good book. He's different, and he knows he is. Imagination. He used a lot of it. He was the owner of his own thoughts. He was the owner of his own dreams. And if he had listened to everyone else, none of the things he's created would have existed. And look at all the big ones. The big ones meaning they were all ridiculed at the beginning. All of them. Everyone's success story all starts with a dramatic isolation from the collective first, ridiculed, completely ridiculed, and then they just stood firm in their knowing, in what they preferred to think and feel, and lived out their life, lived out their dream. You don't need circumstance and events to be in place for you to feel. What is the most important thing? You feel good. At the end of the day, everything you want to feel good. Allow yourself to feel good no matter what. Unconditionally. That is the utter fundamental focus. Love yourself unconditionally, meaning allow yourself to feel good no matter what is surrounding you. No matter how much money you have, no matter how ill or sick your body is, no matter how alone you think you are. What are the other things that make people suffer? No one agrees with you. No one validates you, no matter what. Allow yourself to just feel good no matter what. No, I have this thought, I have this worry. I cannot feel good right now. You don't understand how bad I'm feeling right now. Arguing for your own limitations. That's what we've always done. And a lot of people will agree with you why you're not able to feel good. That's what I wanted to say today. Keep it in mind. Actually, this is a good exercise. I think I'll do it myself. Write down in your notebook every little thing that you believe, your mind believes, keeps saying to you, you need to have in order to feel what feeling. So write down the thing that the mind says, it needs to be in place. Like, who needs to think like you in order to get their approval or their love or their validation? Okay, so people, what people need to be, how do they need to be different so you can feel what? Then, what circumstance? What kind of circumstances does your mind keep saying to you that you need to have in place in order to feel what feeling? And then the events. What needs to happen on a daily basis, or at least at some point in your life, in order to feel what feeling? So identify the pattern that your mind is asking you to keep trying to create, and what is the outcome that you're trying to fulfill. So if you can get the feelings, and then on the one side you'll have the people, circumstances and events, and what feelings are you looking for if those were all in place. So let's play pretend. Everyone you met had these requirements, thought like this, behave like that, validate you in some way. And what are the feelings that you would be so much relief in getting? And then use it as what circumstances, like pretend that you could have all the circumstances, like you could literally have everything you wanted right here, right now. What would be the emotion that would come out of it, that you believe would come out of it, and in the events? This is a good exercise. I like it. Try it. Already plan it out. This is your ideal world. Just to see what your mind is trying to map out every single day, strategize, logistically speaking, in what are you after? What are you chasing? What is the carrot? What are you on about? Get it clear, define it. What emotions are you after? And what do you believe needs to be in place in order to get them? What needs to happen in order to feel them? Let's get this out of the way, guys. Come on. How much money do you need in the bank in order to feel good and safe and secure? How many people needs to be on your Facebook page or need to validate you in order to feel important, worthy, validated, good enough? How many kilos do you need to lose in order to feel beautiful, magnificent, noted, noticed, loved? Like, what are these circumstances? How many likes do you need on your post? How many followers do you need? Like, what do you need? Like, what job do you need? What is missing that's not allowing you to have what feeling? What is lacking in your life that will not allow you to have this feeling? Notice, bring it to your awareness. Let the information come to you. Notice what the mind is on an habitual. This is a pattern, and it will always be a pattern. Notice the pattern. How many people can I help that makes me feel that what I'm doing is actually beneficial? No, that doesn't work. I don't really care. It's not something I think about. But that could be one of them. Like, only if I get some, oh, you've helped me a lot and I'll continue doing. I think I'd continue doing this if nobody ever watched my videos, or it's just a matter of finally declaring I am free from that. I am done, absolutely done trying to get everyone's ducks in a row in order to feel a certain way. I feel free that I can actually just sit and feel whatever I want to feel, do whatever I want to do, because it emphasizes the feeling I am already feeling, and explore new emotions. What if I did this? And practice it. I love Joe Dispenza's word. I am planning tomorrow today, where I am putting myself in a situation, hypothetically speaking, in an imaginative state, so my body can actually feel it now. So when I go out tomorrow, I'm excited. My body is at the same exact frequency level in order to sustain that physical experience. My body is up to speed with that frequency in order to actually play out that role. My mind and my body are in alignment with the intention. I'll see you tomorrow.